Hey Pisces, and welcome to your mid-March 2021 general tarot reading. This could apply to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Please keep in mind that the messages could always resonate vice versa, and check out your other natal placements as you may find relevant information there. All right, Pisces, as I was shuffling and laying your cards down, I heard Jehovah's Witness, or JW, Indianapolis, In Too Deep, Colorado, Soon We Will Be Together, and I Can't Wait Till Then, which I believe is part of a country song. Colder Weather, I think it's called. And I Know It Hurts to Say Goodbye, which is part of another country song, I think by Reba McEntire, but I could be wrong. But it's like, come let me help you say goodbye. It's okay to hurt and it's okay to cry. So hopefully you haven't lost anybody or won't be losing anybody, but if you have, my condolences. All right, so Pisces, what I'm getting here is that, okay, so I always kind of start here with the sun, or the middle card, because the middle card is touching every other card, which means it's influencing every other card, right? So the sun in the heart, well, that's great news. That's celebration of love. That's happiness in a relationship, an easygoing, loving relationship. But the problem with it is it may lack some kind of depth. And then we have the sun in the bouquet. We have, this would usually mean like a party, celebration, congratulations, a joyful gathering. But it can also mean superficial friendliness. So the issue I see here, although it's all good, is it may be a connection where there is no deep commitment, or it is just surface deep. So it could just be a friend or an acquaintance, or maybe it's a friend that you haven't reconnected with for a while. All right, so then the sun in the anchor would indicate this is to be happy with the status quo of life, joyful everyday life, to try and hold on to happiness and ease, and trying to look at the bright side of life. It could mean that somebody's reaching some kind of final destination after a travel or a trip. Somebody may be returning back to what is stability to them. And then the sun in the book could indicate that there's some kind of positive facts that are going to be discovered, and it could make you feel happy, or it could be the enlightenment of knowledge that you were not aware of. All right, and so then we have the sun in the book, and then we have the sun in the cross, which means like it seems like there's going to be some kind of information that develops here that is going to lighten some kind of emotional or financial burden. And it could have something to do with a return or a transformation within a situation you're going through that triggers some kind of happiness or reason to be happy. It may be the transformation of a view, like a perspective on something after the enlightenment of some kind of information or a conversation that brings some kind of positive facts to the situation. It may be that if you were dreading something, if there's doom and gloom over like maybe a particular conversation you need to have or somebody needs to have with you, that it's actually going to turn out to be a lot more pleasant than what one anticipates it to. So the sun in the rider means good news. Something or someone brings a welcome change. There's something to be glad about, or something is finally happening that makes you happy. Or it may mean that you may feel pressed to always appear to be happy. The stork in the cross could mean suffering or hardship. That change is very profoundly, and change happens and it's very profound, and you can't change it once it's happened. This could be a change of ideology. And this could be communication over something you were dreading, over like some kind of change you know is inevitable, but there's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense. This may have been a repetitive conversation, or a conversation you couldn't make any kind of breakthrough with before, that somebody here is dreading because they don't want the arguments, they don't want the mental confusion, like just the repetitiveness of it to be stressful. And then so we have the snake in the house here, which means that there might be somebody inside doing like some kind of inside job that's pulling strings here, that is creating or manifesting some kind of issue of isolation, or it could even be some kind of legal issue within the home, like legal contracts, rental agreements. It could be something of that sort, or it could literally be like some kind of court issue that's going on in the home. The Scythe in the house is, you know, typically to discontinue some kind of habit or some kind of living condition. It could mean to settle old scores with family members or people that live within your close proximity. But it could also mean that somebody is pulling strings within this home in order to try and create like some kind of isolation from one individual from the group. So, in my opinion, what could be going on here is that there is some kind of anticipation to have a conversation. I do believe that this person here, whoever this is kind of working behind the scenes, playing around with everybody like they're puppets and stringing them along and creating some kind of strife here. And it's been causing people quite a bit of burden and anxiety, like there needs to be a choice made. It's either you or it's me kind of thing. I think this person is going to be discovered with this conversation. It's almost like I feel like more than one person is going to sit down, or you're going to have a sit down with more than one person, or a important person who's making, like, who is in charge of the deciding factors here, is going to sit down and have with more than one person have conversations that's going to bring some kind of unanimous vote or understanding that's going to bring you some kind of positive outcome, or at least relieve some kind of stress or burden that you were experiencing. I do feel like there's been some kind of selfishness, like back and forth of like somebody who, I'm just hearing, don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Just don't think you'd understand. Yeah, somebody who may have been selfish in withholding an apology, who may be withholding facts or information here. You could be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it's information that is important to some kind of heartbreak, upset, deception, or misconception of somebody else's character, it feels like. And you may have an apology coming in, because it's almost like somebody's changing their perspective here, where they may have been misled in the past by whoever this is. All right, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and clarify these cards now. So just give me just a moment. Why is the heart here? What's the heart doing here? We got the Hierophant in reverse, clarifying the heart. We have the Six of Swords in reverse, clarifying the stork. So Taurus, and then we have the Three of Swords, clarifying the anchor, which could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's cross here for? The Four of Cups, clarifying the cross. The Knight of Swords, clarifying the sun. The Queen of Wands, clarifying the letter. The Empress, clarifying the book. The Rider, clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Lovers. So that could be a water sign or a Gemini. The Bouquet is clarified by the Hermit. The Snake is going to be clarified by Temperance in reverse. The Tower in the house is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Scythe is clarified by the Magician in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and get one more clarifier for the letter. we ended up getting two, which is the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, we do again have the Hangman in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the Devil, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so clarifying the Sun, we do have the Knight of Swords, which could be a Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra, who may be fast talking, too much talking, may accidentally reveal some kind of information here about a commitment that's been broken. Because the Hierophant in reverse can mean problems with authority, unconventional connections, or there may be some kind of new original idea or information that is exposed in this situation. And it may come offered from after some period of silence, or when you get this information, you may need to take some time to reflect upon it. I do feel like you're going to find some kind of enlightenment about somebody wanting to travel back towards you. Could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And that they want to make a new offer and choose you in some kind of connection, partnership, or love. So the Six of Swords in reverse could mean that this is somebody who maybe was unable to move on after some kind of change had happened. Maybe it was some kind of swift change, and they've realized they made some kind of bad decision in their stability, because whatever decision they had made in the past, they had ended up in heartbreak. They possibly could have chosen to move on towards an earth sign, towards Virgo, Capricorn. I am seeing heavy Capricorn, or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now this could be you, or it could be them. Remember, everything could be vice versa. Somebody's coming out of their head. We have the Nine of Swords reverse. And the Nine of Swords reversed is somebody who's taken some rest and recovery, and is receiving some kind of relief from extreme anxiety, possibly to do with this offer from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who wants to create some kind of tangible offer, or there's some kind of tangible new beginning happening here, like it's happening in the 3D physical reality type thing. This is past just thought or energetical movement. This is manifesting. Now that could be you offering it or them offering it to you. There may have been a hidden pregnancy here. I can't help but bring that up. It doesn't have to be, but there may have been something that a older woman or a Taurus Virgo had been hiding. I mean, a Taurus Libra had been hiding, who had been burdened by possibly apathy. Maybe somebody here was emotionally burdened by feeling like they were being rejected or ignored by who they would consider to be their empress. A wife, a older connection, a older woman, a mother, a baby mother may have been feeling ignored, or there may have been a issue of which something came in between here. Maybe there was a scare pregnancy outside of a connection even, because somebody may have done something unconventional and had a one-night hookup type of scenario, and now realizes they fucked up and want to come back. So we have the Temperance in reverse here, which could be a Sagittarius. And the Temperance in reverse is disruptive energy. It's chaos, it's excess, it's feeling out of control. Due to somebody getting caught up, I think, in their bad behavior, their lies. I think somebody may be outed for what they had done that ended up creating some kind of separation in a long-term investment here, whether that be business, friendship, or romantic interest. Because then we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is foreclosure, family conflicts, and loneliness. So yeah, somebody might have been like exiled or excluded from some kind of family unit, creating a big burden. But with the 10 of Wands in reverse, it's like taking a break, finally saying no, and freedom, like choosing to lighten up their load. So even though this may have been a burden at first, I think somebody's recognizing it or starting to recognize it as a blessing in disguise. Then we have the Scythe and the Magician in reverse. Now the Magician in the reverse is scattered energy. It's wasting resources. It's unfulfilled potential. It's manipulation. It may be that somebody was blaming somebody else for like wasting resources in the house or running up bills. This reminds me of somebody who always blames somebody else for something going on wrong within a unit, whether that be like a working unit, like at work, like a co-workers, or within the home, like if the electricity bill was really high, well, it's because they always leave the lights on. Or this house is always a mess because nobody but me cleans. You know, it's this person who, but it's actually the person who's complaining of it that never actually puts the effort in. I think this person's going to get outed because, you know, like if you left or there's some kind of, even if they kicked you out or whatever happened here, there's no one left to blame. And now their own filthiness or their own secrets or these things that they've been trying to deflect onto you are now being exposed. And they're being exposed for having, you know, some kind of bad tendencies, because here we have the Five of Swords. This is winning at all costs. This is just being a dickhead, excluding other people or ganging up on other people. It's an unfair disadvantage. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse. And the Hanged Man in reverse is selfishness, feeling like a victim, traitors. So this is the type of person who is always the victim. Can't help but find themselves constantly in the same position with different people, because it's not the people, it's them. And this could be a Capricorn or an Earth sign that you're dealing with, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we also have the Emperor in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse could be some kind of controlling man. He could be too assertive. He could be the person who makes the rules. He could be the boss. But the Emperor in reverse is somebody who is immature with handling problems. And they tend to try and handle problems with power. You know, and they have poor planning, and they have a big nasty ego. I mean, this is the type of person that goes slam their head through a wall, throwing a fit, or start throwing things around and try and express their control or persuasion over the situation through physical force or making threatening gestures or comments even underneath their breath. I feel like it's kind of a relief, even if this hasn't happened yet and you're going to be leaving a home. I feel like in the end it's going to be a blessing in disguise, because this whole scenario is causing a fuck ton of stress. Excuse my language. I feel like you may reunite with some family or a past friend of which you lost connection with. Maybe you're just going to leave for a little bit until you can get things straightened out here, or vice versa, however this applies. Well, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and take this over into the extended and clarify further, pull another spread, see what we can figure out here, any extra detail about what you can expect to come up here. Because there is definitely somebody who may have moved out and now somebody wants them to move back in. If that's the case, I don't think this person has changed, and it will just turn back into being your fault. Like if this person's coming at you and saying, well, you know, I never meant it to go that way. So-and-so, you know, has an anger problem, and you know how controlling he or she can be, and blah. Just remember, this person's not holding themselves accountable, and you see them for what they are. So if they're still trying to deflect the blame on other people, just know that they will continue to do that to you if you go back. All right, Pisces, I'm going to move this over to Patreon. If you'd like to join me over there, I'd love to have you. If this is where we part ways, I will be catching up with you soon. Take care.